The ninth episode of the first season of Georgie and Mandy's first marriage used a recycled joke. Countless comedic tales center on the husband claiming to be going on a business trip, while in reality, he is going fishing or engaging in some other activity that his wife would disapprove of. Although a tire convention and the moral high ground did raise the possibility that Georgie and Jim were not actually at a convention, it did not lead to any significant developments beyond that. Even though Georgie hated deceiving Mandy about his whereabouts, he made a feeble attempt to alter his trajectory. He eventually gave up trying to tell her the truth because she wasn't home the first time. It's unfortunate, since Mandy was already aware of the truth. It would have been comical for Georgie to attempt to tell her by feeling his way through it, rather than taking action. Georgie fretted over the fallout of deceiving his wife in episode 9 of season 1 of Georgie and Mandy's first marriage, but he did nothing. Similarly, Mandy remained silent upon George's return home, despite her anger throughout the program at his betrayal. The story's point, if you will, was that the tension completely subsided the moment Georgie and Jim returned home, unless they have other plans for their fury. Jim came up with an explanation for why he didn't get Audrey anything. Mandy accepted the diamond earrings, and the credits rolled after George's blatant fib about how he could afford them. What a disappointment. If Mandy or Georgie had wanted to tell Georgie the truth, that he didn't earn those earrings via any means, they might have done it in that last scene. If the writers had wanted to avoid sacrificing comedy for this finale, they could have done it even in an uncomfortable setting. Their chat would have been entertaining. What makes a difference is that this ending would have given the episode more heart. That is my favorite part of the first marriage of Georgie and Mandy. Comedy and serious themes are expertly woven together in the majority of episodes. Georgie and Mandy's first marriage season 1. Episode 5 had comedic moments during the Cooper family's mourning of George's death, with the exception of Sheldon, who was absent. Therefore, there's no reason to omit the crucial sequence this time. Alternatively, is the point being made that Mandy loudly expressed her disapproval of George's deceit, but ultimately decided that her mother was correct and that she shouldn't cause any trouble? In that case, it's not hilarious. Lots of marriages end in divorce, according to Georgie, who told Jim that these kinds of lies are to blame. Jim was adamant that the secret keeping that kept him and Audrey together was the reason he was against the plan. Nonetheless, it is known that Georgie and Mandy temporarily divorce, in addition to being mentioned in George's backstory on The Big Bang Theory. The very name of the show implies as much. Is this a hint at what will separate Georgie and Mandy in the future? If that's the case, then the conflict should go away by the episode's conclusion. Mandy may erupt and shout about everything that has troubled her since she and Georgie first met during a massive dispute later on, since unspoken things tend to fester naturally. The more sympathetic view is that Mandy did come to terms with the fact that her mother was correct. Jim and Audrey's marital game is going well. She acts as though she thinks he's on a business trip while he secretly visits the casino. Audrey is totally cool with Jim stealing away for a little alone time. She views her cooperation with the deception as allowing him to enjoy himself. The rub is that there are many ways in which Mandy and Audrey couldn't be more dissimilar. A food from Georgie isn't harmless fun in Mandy's eyes, while Georgie wasn't intentionally dishonest, apart from being dishonest about his whereabouts. She views this as a breach of trust. Their already weak marriage could take a further hit if this one seemingly harmless untruth were to undermine it. The story's most enjoyable parts were the ones involving Connor and Ceecee. I adored Connor's made-up song for baby Ceecee, since she is so cute. Connor added his own spin to what is likely meant to be a competition with Sheldon's Soft Kitty song. It was Dougie Baldwin's spot-on Johnny Cash impression that really won me over in the early episodes of Georgie and Mandy's first marriage. I was critical of how they used Connor as a punchline, but I think they've addressed my criticism. His narratives frequently revolve around the idea that he possesses greater abilities than what others perceive, and he plays a significant role in each episode.